Hello, guys. Hey, welcome to Bonita Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Alma, and you can find me on Instagram at Alma Bonita, and now here on Spotify. I'm not gonna say YouTube anymore because I've been having trouble learning how to upload on YouTube. So for now, just here on Spotify. Hey guys, what's up? Happy Halloween. Today is October 31st. And today I want to talk about life in the late 30s. How is life in the late 30s? For me, it's amazing. I feel like a more confident version of me. I feel like I know what I want from myself and from life. Before, I feel like I was settling so much for less that I wasn't being my true self. I don't know, I feel like I guess I didn't really know myself to know what I wanted. And now I don't know if it's like really the age, like when you come to be like more mature, eres más madura y empiezas a conocerte mejor, and you really know, and I feel like based on your bad experiences, you really learn what you want and what you don't want in life. I feel like that's the good thing about bad experiences. They teach you what you don't want in life. So definitely having those experiences, I've learned to love those experiences now because they teach me what I don't want in life. And they teach me also to grow and learn and you know, like, ¿cómo se dice? They teach me to, ¿cómo se dice esa palabra? Up my standards first. Like before, I feel like I used to settle for all lo que la vida me dé, and it is what it is. And now, like, you really truly wanna know and decide what you want in life and go for it. Like, life is about accomplishing things you really want and not settling. Like now I see it. Now I have that mindset. And I feel like thanks to the struggles, thanks to my mistakes, I could say that now. Like back then I used to just feel like shit. I'm like, oh, like otra vez ya la regué or this and that, and I would shrink myself. But not anymore. Now it's like, okay, how can I make it better? What could I do better next time, and keep moving forward? So that's one thing I could say about late 30s. Like you really truly know what you want. Well, at least for me, because I feel like not everybody has that mindset. Like I know older people where like they're still like not, either they don't know themselves or they just don't want don't want to better themselves. I feel like they just accept life as it is instead of creating it into what they truly want. And I get it, like when you don't know those things, when you don't know that there's better, that you could be better, like you just walk life like, like without a purpose, basically. Because I feel like that was me back then. I used to think, oh, it was, maybe God doesn't want this for me because I'm not, like, I don't have it, and it's not like that. Now I see that it's like, okay, you also have to decide. It's not just like letting God do the work and like, oh, sí, lo que Dios me dé. But what are you doing to accomplish that? You also have to do the work by, having the right mindset and going for it, not just wishing for it, not just dreaming about it, but taking action to those things that you want. And now I see those things, like how important it is to take action, not just wish for things, not just think, oh, like, you know, like sometimes we think, oh, just praying for it, it's gonna fall in our lap, but it takes work, it takes action, and taking those small steps every day to get to where you want to be in life, it's important. And for me, those small steps that I take every day is by working towards my goals and in small ways, like feeding my mind the right things. Feeding my mind the right things. Like I like to listen a lot to personal development audios. Working out, I feel like working out is it's a big thing for me now that it really helps you create a stronger mind to do what you need to do, and deciding that you want better for your life every day and move towards that every day. Like think about all those things that you want to accomplish. Like if maybe you want to be a better parent, okay, take those little small steps every day to be a better parent. Maybe read a book that has to do with that. One of the like if you want to be a better parent, one of the best books that I recommend that a teacher recommended me this year actually. It's called Love and Logic. That book is really, really good. And I actually haven't even finished the whole thing, but I think I'm more than halfway with that book, and it's really, really good if you wanna better yourself as a parent. That book has helped me a lot to be a better parent, because for me that was like my main goal, to be a better version of me, to be a better parent for my kids. And I work towards that every day, like not repeating the same patterns that that my parents, I love my parents, but that they raised us the best they could with what they knew. And there are certain things that I feel like it's in our hands, that if we didn't like a certain way, which they were raising us like, to change it. We have the power to change those things. Like we don't have to. And that's another area where sometimes we settle for, like even in areas like that where we don't change, we're settling for things that we could better ourselves in. We're settling in, like settling for less, and that doesn't do us any good. Like now I see those little things where, like, okay, like how can I be a better version of me for them? How can I be a version of me for my parents? Because even in that, I feel like being a better daughter, a better friend, like it all takes that mindset of, okay, how can I be better? Because if you're not better for yourself, then you can't be that for others, right? But yeah, those little small steps to be a better you, I feel like it's important. Um, but yeah, definitely, like my late 30's for me have been so much better. Like now I know what I want. I know, like I probably don't have it all like figured out and all together, but I'm taking those small steps every day to accomplish my dreams that I felt like were impossible back then. Like now it's like, okay, how can I be that? How can I get there? Like I remember in my early 30's, I just thought, oh, like like I said, like I used to think, oh, like God doesn't want this for me because I don't have it. Not knowing that, okay, like I have to work for it. I need to take the action. But I didn't have the right mindset to do that. So definitely late 30's for me are better, and I feel like it's gonna get better. I feel like the older I get now, for me it's gonna get better. Like I'm more mature, I know what I want, and I'm actually going for it now. Who knows how dating would be now in the late 30's, because I haven't dated in a long time. The last time I dated was back in 2021, I think. I tried the dating world, but it's still, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I ever want to date. I feel like I'm so into working on myself. Maybe because I haven't found the right person that I could say, oh, like I wanna create something with this person. I wanna, you know, grow with this person. Like, cause I just don't wanna be with somebody just because, like that's always been my thing. Like, I don't wanna be with somebody just because I wanna like see a future with that person. I want a person that knows what they also what they want and want to create with me. I don't want like somebody like that probably wants me to um I don't know, cuz I guess I like I haven't met like a like the kind of person where I could say, oh, like, they know what I want and they know what they want and they're going for it, like driven. Like I feel like a person that is emotionally intelligent, smart, that they know what they want, driven, are very important things in a person. And so yeah, that's why like I'm like, dang, like it's so hard to find somebody that has those qualities. So that's all, like I'm not worried about looking for anybody. I feel like if I do find somebody, I will attract it. I'm not into like, oh, let me look for somebody that's like this and this. Like I feel like you have to be that for yourself in order to attract somebody like that. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever find somebody, but honestly, like I'm good. Like I feel like I remember back in my early 30s feeling like I didn't know how to be with my own company. I used to feel lonely. I used to feel like, oh, like you have to have somebody to feel whole and complete. But that is not, it's not like that. If you find yourself, if you know yourself, and if you love your company, like you'll notice that you don't need anybody in your life. I mean, of course, like our family, or or if you do find somebody, but finding that one person, but eh, but with the intention of like growing with that person, seeing that okay, like this person, you know, knows what they want and stuff like that. Because before I used to think, oh, like it's okay, like I could change this person or something, and I'm like, no, no, not anymore. It's like you have to have your shit together if you wanna have anything, with me. And I'm not being cocky. I might sound, but no, I just feel like we all have to raise our standards because settling for less in those, especially those areas, because it's your life, and especially like if you're a single parent and you're about to share your life with somebody else, you really have to see that that person is, you know, what they say they are, and that it's a good person to be around your kids. That is super important. Like you don't want somebody that's not, a good person or a family person, because then for what? You're gonna end up, not feeling good around that person, or feel like you have to choose between your kids or that person, and that's not cool. I feel like finding the right person, and I feel like finding the right person, and like I don't want to think it's hard, but I kind of feel like it's hard. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe because I mean, I'm not looking for anybody, but I feel like if I do find somebody, like now I know what I want, and if I see those qualities in that person, I'll be like, okay, like let's build something, because now I see that relationships, and that's in all relationships, not just romantic relationships. Relationships are about building, like building strong relationships with your kids, with your parents, like having those strong relationships, like really make you like a better person to be around, honestly. Because I even feel that with myself now that I've made those little changes to be that better version of me for my immediate family. I see how much, and it doesn't mean like you're not gonna have like little, confrontations or whatever. I mean, we all have those, you know, but you're able to like solve them in a much better way. I don't know, but I feel like that's why I like my late 30s better than my early 30s. And I feel like it gets better because when you focus on wanting to be better and wanting to get better in life, life does get better. It really does. So yeah, that's my story about the late 30s. It only gets better from here. So yeah, what else should we chat about? I have my little list here. Let's see. What did I learn and overcome this year? This year, my biggest lesson was getting out of the victim's mentality. That was one of my biggest ones. Getting out of the victim's mentality, stop blaming people, stop blaming situations, and taking personal responsibility for where I'm at and what I could change in my life. That's been one of my biggest because I didn't realize like until this year, like I had a lot of realizations where like my biggest one was that like how I was blaming like oh the way I was raised or like my past or my mistakes for not being who I wanted to be. And that's not like with that mindset, like we can move forward. And now that I finally overcame that, I'm like, okay, how can I make my life better? How can I, you know, create the life of my dreams? Because for so long I felt like, oh no, like I would feel like not worthy. It's crazy how feeling like a victim, you feel not worthy of the things you want because you keep blaming things outside of yourself. And that's been one of my biggest um lessons this year, that I've overcame that mindset. And I still have work to do. It's not like I'm fully there, and I feel like working on yourself it's a lifetime thing. It's a lifetime journey that you have to work on yourself. Always like love yourself, love those parts of you that you feel are not important or that you feel like those areas where you feel weak. And I feel like for me, um overcoming insecurities is a big one for me right now. I feel like I want to be more confident and be more confident in speaking, not feeling insecure, or maybe I don't know if it's something that that you overcome or you just get stronger and still do it. Like for example, speaking in the podcast, like am I gonna keep feeling insecure or will I get comfortable? And I feel like the more I do it, like I'll probably feel better, more confident, because I still feel like when I was gonna start the podcast today, I was like, oh, like I felt like, what am I gonna talk about? I'm telling you that that's one of the things that gets to me, and then I'm like, oh, like maybe I shouldn't do it anymore. And it's those little thoughts. It's like it's that little voice that tells you, oh, like just quit or whatever. But like no, like it's overcoming that voice that tells you to quit. Yeah. Instead of moving forward, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna listen to that voice. I'm gonna keep doing this and grow, because I feel like if I quit, you're basically limiting yourself from that version that you want to become. So for me, that's one of my biggest ones, overcoming the victim mentality. And what helped me too was like when you overcome that. Well, for me, I feel like I came to that realization from doing the 75 hard program. But I feel like yeah, like creating not creating, but like keeping your word to yourself builds that confidence with yourself. When you do what you say you're gonna do, like regardless of how you feel, it's what builds confidence. It's building those, it's stacking those wins that makes that builds that confidence. So for this, for example, like recording the podcast, I feel like, okay, keep doing it to build that confidence, to yeah, to build that confidence, because I feel like I still have work to do in that area, and I don't know if it'll ever go away, like feeling that feeling of, oh, or whatever, but I want to keep going and see how this can evolve. But yeah, that was one of my biggest what you call it, lessons that I learned this year. Let me see. Yeah, I have my little notes here. I need to organize myself more with these little notes because they're all over the place. So yeah, I think I'm gonna post this on Friday. I'm gonna try to edit it right now as soon as I'm done, and so I can post it on Fridays. I wanna be posting every Friday, unless I have more time after work, then I could probably post twice a week. But for sure, on Fridays, I will be posting every Friday. So yeah, guys, just think about bettering yourselves, and remember, a winner never quits. No, a quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Yeah, I said it backwards. But yeah, always remember that. That's gonna be my quote of the day. A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. So let's keep going. Let's get better. Whatever works for you, cool. Keep doing that. And if it doesn't, look for a different thing to do to better yourself. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go now. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, bye.